Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. So the name of our channel has changed. So we are called Sierra TV Rwanda. So welcome to Sierra TV Rwanda. Thank you for watching this content. Leave a comment if you appreciate what the content we're sharing with you. Click like. If you don't like it, click dislike. As long as you interact with us, we appreciate it. So today what I wanted to go over with um in terms of what is news on this side of the ocean. And it's not um so this is I mean it is news, but bear with me here. So apparently, and this goes back to me having to explain the situation when it comes to legal immigration versus illegal immigration. How does all of that go together? So, the border, the southern border, so this is the border USA, Mexico. During the Biden administration, there was no border control per se. So you could get to Mexico. From Mexico, you cross the border into America. Once you're in America, you say, well, I'm looking for asylum. And then at that time, in that administration, that was okay. So you get some sort of paperwork and then you wait to meet with a judge so that they can judge your immigration so that they can decide whether to grant you asylum or not. So this is a nice story as it starts. But of course, things did not go well for for all sides involved. So number one, lots of people came through the border, even though they are seeking asylum. The basis of their asylum is not, um, it doesn't meet the requirements to get that asylum. So came over the border. You're not getting asylum, which means you need to go home, wherever home is. And then at the same time, because there was no control of the southern border, and we also do have some problems in the northern border, but I'm just going to focus on the southern border now. So because we have issues there, or because we had issues there, it was pretty much an open border. The criminal elements of not a specific country, but in general, it was easy. It made things easier for criminal enterprises to operate on both sides of the border. So in Mexico and also in the US. And we had a lot of, um, I wouldn't say influx, but so the people that came across the border, they had to get here some way, somehow. And I'm sure you probably understand that this involves some sort of human trafficking aspect of it in the whole thing. And um, when it comes to criminality and the history between America, so the United States of America and the southern border, there's always that history of drug trafficking. So we have people coming, they cross the border. Um, the criminal element crosses the border also, and then there's the drug trafficking, and then there's the human trafficking. So now that there's a new president in the now that it is a new administration, new president, so President Trump, his stance on immigration is 100% different from the Biden administration. So the Biden administration, their stance was, come on in. Whoever you are, if you make it, if you make it here, you're welcome. But President Trump, his stance is no, if you want to come here, to become an immigrant, you have to fill out paperwork. You have to do it legally. So you have to do it the way that millions of immigrants have done it, which is legally. And so now we have, um, there has been a lot of activity around deportations. So if you are an illegal immigrant, meaning you some way, somehow have you found yourself on US soil, you don't have immigration paperwork, and you are subject to deportation. Now, of course, I'm not a lawyer, and so I cannot give you the exact wording, but you know who, I think you understand what I mean. If you're subject to deportation, you are going to be deported because um, the I think they're called the Immigration and Enforcement. I don't know what the whole. I know that they're called ICE, but I don't even know. Let's see, what does ICE stand for? I think it's Immigration. Mm, no, not GCE. Looking for ICE. Okay, so it stands for Immigration and Customs Enforcement. So, if you are here illegally, one way or another, sooner or later, ICE is going to find you and they're going to carry out the deportation that you are subject to. Now, a new development, and it's something that I saw last week, is that, and so this is the president's Truth Social. And Truth Social is different from the other one, the X. So I think if you don't have a Truth Social account, if you're curious to know what goes on, I go ahead and follow him. So anyway, so he posts a truth, that's what they're called, and he says criminal organizations in Mexico have begun offering thousands of dollars for the murder of law enforcement. So they even have payouts here. So $2,000 for gathering intelligence or doxing agents, including pictures of the agent and pictures of their family. And then we have $5,000 to $10,000 for kidnapping or non-lethal assaults on standard officers. And there's even one where they pay $50,000 for the assassination of high-ranking officials. So this is very, very, very serious. Okay, so and this is happening because when the border was open, the criminal element came along with everybody else. And so, because of the way that economy worked, so you get to Mexico, you have to cross the terrain to get to America. You pay people to get you across. These people work for the criminal element, which is the cartels, the drug cartels. So now that when you get to America, you have to pay them back one way or another. You have to pay them back. And then, of course, because we're not dealing with, a normal tourism business, if you will, you have to pay them back one way or another. And so the more of the people are deported, the more they're losing their revenue stream, the cartels. So if someone is in America and they're working, even if it's illegally or under the table, they send money back to, they make payments to the cartel. Now, if that person is deported, there's no more money. So you can see here how things are getting very serious. And but that's not going to stop what ICE is doing because the president is serious too. So this is something that I shared with Mr. Ian Demye, and I wanted him to talk about it, but he told me to make a video. So here we go. This is the video just to bring to your attention, guys, that the situation right now is very different from when Biden was president. If you are, and I'm not, sh I don't know where you're watching this video from, but I'm going to speak to you. If you are originally from the East Africa community, Uganda, Rwanda, Burundi, Tanzania, you know what I mean? And of course, Congo, let's not forget our neighbors. So if you're in America illegally, sooner or later, ICE will be there. They will help you move back. And so this brings me to this page here that I was just looking at, because if you are here illegally, there's a way to go back home. Okay, so you can go on the this website, the Homeland Security website, and I think if you're already here illegally, then you know about the app they call the CPB app. So according to this website here, it says that you can even get up to $1,000 USD to help you and get back home. So they will pay for your trip, your airfare, and they'll even give you cash money. So um, something to think about. If you are here illegally, it's better for you to take the steps to go back home without ICE having to find you. Because once ICE finds you and they deport you, I'm pretty sure that once you're deported, you cannot come back for a while. I'm thinking at least 10 years, 15 years, maybe even longer. So that's something to think about, especially if you have family, if you have children, they will separate you from your, let's say you came here, I don't know, 3 years ago, and then you've made a family since you've gotten here, but you have an order of deportation, they will separate you from your family. So it's better that you take your family with you wherever you're going. It's better to take the steps to remove yourself. That way, if after a certain amount of time, and again, I'm not a lawyer, so check out their website. After a certain amount of time, if you self-deported, you should be able to come back. But again, check the website. I don't know. So that's something that I wanted to share with you guys in terms of news. And what is the news? The news is that immigration is a very serious problem right now. Well, it's always been a serious, it's not that it hasn't been serious before, but the environment now is that the president is serious about deporting people that are subject to deportation. And I don't mean him specifically, I mean ICE. Okay. And so if you are subject to deportation, my advice to you is to actually make the steps yourself to go back home. And it's not the end of the world once you're home, especially if you are with your family. If you're not separated from your family, if you're able to go back home and be with your family, it's not a bad choice. So that's just something that I wanted to share with you guys. So you are watching Sierra TV Rwanda. That's our new name. If you have found this video interesting, um, if you appreciate the content, please like the video, share the video. If you don't like um, the subject of conversation, That's okay, because you can also dislike the video. My name is Claire Sengyumba. Thank you for watching Sierra TV Rwanda.